Hello. Hey everyone. Hello Wolf. Hello Ouija. Hello Hopes. Hello Money. How we doing today, gang? How we doing? For those who live in a similar area to me, how is the... what do you call it? Can't think of the word. Public holiday. For those who are celebrating a public holiday today. Well, no, I wouldn't call it celebrating. But for those who are having a public holiday today, I hope you're having a good day. Though I'm hoping everyone has a good day in general. You don't have to have a public holiday just to have a good day. But welcome in, everyone. New Deltarune chapters are fire. I'm so tempted. Like, I want to play Deltarune, but I don't know. I like when things are finished, especially when it comes to streaming. I like streaming games when they are complete releases and not constantly updating. Like, the last thing I think I tried to stream fairly consistently that was constantly updating was Genshin, which I did fall out of love with in various different ways. But, like, I'd like to be able to experience everything and make sure I don't miss out on anything, you know? It may make me super behind on the hype, but it has been tempting me, though. Listen. Once I finish BioShock and or Minecraft, I will consider it. I'm just conflicted. Beep, beep, mare. How are you today? What was the Sonic news, Ouija fan? I can't say I'm aware of what the Sonic news was. I don't keep up with anything. Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness. A lot of new info about Sonic Racing Cross Worlds has been revealed, including new characters and some other characters I don't know. Steve has been revealed as the first collab character. You mean Minecraft, Steve? Finally, Hatsune Miku is in the game. The game's going to be $90. Jeez. $90. That's like $130 Australian. Unfortunately, we will not be purchasing. Yeah, US price is $90, means Australian probably 130, considering possibly more. You know, I'll look up the conversion rate. USD to AUD. What is $90 in AUD? Sorry, I take it back. $140. We will not be purchasing. That is... goodness gracious me. I'm losing my mind a bit. That's way too much. At least in the state that I am now. It's available to pre-purchase on Steam right now, so they probably already converted it to you. I don't have Steam open. I really just only got on my computer for the first time, like, 5 minutes before I started stream. I haven't been doing much. Well, no, I've been hyperfixating on the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp app. Yeah, 90 USD in itself is also kind of crazy. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Okay, so I'm guessing it's just the base game that this is. Yep. Digital Deluxe is $137. We're not doing that. Like, ever. And it's still over $100 for the base game. I think Pepsi wants to go outside. Give me a second. Oh, no, that's you. I thought it was Pepsi I could hear. Never mind, it wasn't Pepsi, it was my mother. Meow. She just meowed at me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 90 US is crazy. 70 US is crazy. Like, I understand that video games are an art and, you know, people deserve to be paid for you know, the things they've put so much effort into, but at the same time, there needs to be a midpoint. There needs to be a midpoint where it just, where people can actually be able to afford things, unfortunately. Like, that's just way too much. And to be like, that's way too much. Not to mention, I'm not particularly passionate about Sonic as a franchise. So, like, even if it does go on sale, as you said, Ouija fan, I probably won't be buying. It's not. I don't really think it's a game that's going to be on my radar, at least not anytime soon. Like, I do want to play Sonic Adventure 2 at some point, just to like get the experience of it. Also, I own it, so that's part of the motivation as to why I would play it. But I'm mainly just spreading the word. That's understandable. That being said, I think most people who would be interested in it would probably know about it already. Do we want to play some... Oh my goodness. I'm just looking at other games right now, like in my wish list, that are like on sale and stuff. Not a lot. Borderlands is $13, but I've heard that Borderlands is currently going through some... Apparently there's been a little bit of controversy with Borderlands recently. So I did nab up the Borderlands 2 for free though, because I do love me a free game. I have so many games for free on Epic that I don't that I've never played, that I probably will play in the future, but they just seemed vaguely interesting at the time, so I got them when they were for free on Epic. Like, I have the entire Lara Croft trilogy. It's why I have BioShock. The reason why I have all the BioShock trilogy is because of the Epic Games free games. Ooh, What Remains of Edith Finch is 75% off right now. That's pretty damn good. There's not many games over $100 on my wish list. Like, I think the only one is literally Civilization 7. I think that's the only one. Life is Strange True Colors is close. It's 90. But the rest are fine, it seems. Anyway, I shouldn't be looking into getting new games. Resident Evil Village is 75% off? Okay, that's tempting. I need to stop looking at this, or else I'll actually use my money, and that's not what I want to do. That's not what we are here for today. We are here to play Miles Edgeworth and Squares, but mostly Miles Edgeworth. But let's get the Squares open real quick. I hope everyone has had good weekends, good days, good evenings. Problem is I never use the Epic launcher. I don't use it often, but like I use it sometimes. Like, I used to use it a lot more often when I played Fortnite, but I don't really play Fortnite much anymore, especially considering the whole Darth Vader AI stuff. I don't vibe with that. So I guess I'm kind of boycotting Fortnite right now until that thing goes away, because not a fan. Not a fan. And it really just sets a precedent. All right. Body. There we go. Body. Mans. Dans. Lands. Going through all of them. Pins. Hind. Hmm. These are weird. Why is the R surrounded by Y's? Mango? Oh, damn. That's a good one. Sang. Dang. Lang. Get all of the g's out. Angry. Oh, that's a good one. Does that get the R gone? Oh. The R was in one word, and that's it. That poor R. Land. Sand. Sandy. Slang. I like that. Ding. Ping. Ling. Sling. Going through all the, we're just going through it one at a time, like rhyming. Dogie. Okay. And dingo. Oh, I love it when they do dingo. I never find it though. It's always mare that gives me dingo, and I'm like, how did I not know dingo? Dingy and dingy. My goodness. There we go. We're down to the letters. Oh, chat. This weekend, I also got a haircut. So that's fun. I now have, like, I can't think of a character that has, like, a similar haircut. Let me see if I can find, I'll show you the person who I was inspired by when it came to the haircut. Like, I'd say, like, this is probably, like, the closest thing I have to my hair right now. But obviously it's not blue. My hair is brown. My hair has been brown. I do not dye my hair. I'd like to, but I don't. Yeah. That's probably closest to what my hair looks like right now, especially considering I have, in fact, used Felix as haircut inspiration before. Not this particular picture, but, like, this era with the blue hair. So that's what my hair looks like right now. Some of these are wild. Stray Kids Felix abs. You could not pay me to click on that. Actually, you probably could, but don't. We don't have to get into that. Dodgy? What? Oh, it's D-O-D-G-Y. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Oh, we can do bodmass if we want to. Lamb. Slam. Mangy? There we go. I had that hairstyle once, but then I had to get rid of the side of my head. What do you mean? Also, welcome, Who is Gaddion? I have so many questions, but welcome into the stream. Healer? Why is that okay. The H is gone. Oh, and so's the Y. We're slowly destroying this side. Let's try and continue to destroy this side. Pingy. Pidless. Oh, the side of my head means my hair in this case. You needed to shave the side of your head? May I ask why? I don't... If you want to keep things private, feel free, but I am incredibly curious. Piña! Like piñata! Probably not like pinata at all, but slip, slid, no, I've done sling. Oh, a job required me to get my hair short, which makes sense for kitchen. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I do work with food at times. It's not my entire job, but it can be part of my job. But we do have hairnets. We have to have hairnets when we work specifically like with the food. So I think my haircut will be fine. Maybe I'll have to shave it. Maybe I'll have to shave it and I'll have to finally see if I look good bald, because I've definitely been very curious in the past on if I actually would look good with my hair shaved or not. It's just one of those urges where I'm like, would be interesting to find this out. Is your hair still shaved, or do you have a different haircut at this point? Hairnets are actually nice and light. Caps or hats are itchy though. Yeah, I find hairnets really good because you can just kind of tuck everything in there. And while caps and hats are obviously less made to store hair and more made to protect the head, being bald is fun, but growing it back is not. I see. Yeah, maybe growing it back would make me lose my mind a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't do it. I probably won't do it. I can't see myself doing it in the future. I have a very, it's like a tickle. I have like a tickle in my throat, but it's specifically about like, might go bald one day. Interesting. Growing your hair back sounds incredibly itchy. I liked shiny shaved heads though. Yeah, bald heads that are like so well cared for that they look like disco balls are incredible to me. I wouldn't even be able to experience going bald naturally, because if I ever went on like testosterone or something to physically transition to be more masculine, my dad isn't balding. My dad has a perfectly fine head of hair. So like if I did that and it doesn't grow back evenly, oh no, that would kill me if stuff didn't grow back evenly. I couldn't stand if my actual head of hair was patchy. Strangely enough, my job also has hairnets, even though it's a factory job. It's only for one section of the building where the shocks are first being built and oil is dealt with. Once it get out of the build side and into the pack side, hairnets aren't needed anymore, so I don't have to use them much since I'm on the pack side most of the time. That's pretty good then. Pretty sure it depends more on your dad's dad. I barely remember my dad's dad. I couldn't tell you whether he was balding or not. I don't actually know. It is a mystery. I find it fascinating, though, that apparently male pattern baldness can just skip a generation. Genetics is so fascinating, the way it can skip generations like that. Oh, lady? I don't think I've done that yet. That's a nice 4-letter one, and the other Y is out. I imagine since, like, oil is like a substance, Ouija fan, that's, like, the reason why they wouldn't want, like, they want to protect the hair from, like, the oil, or even the scalp from the oil, because scalps can be sensitive. Or maybe they just don't want hair in the shocks. Maybe that ruins things. But I'm sure it's a two-way street. I'm sure the oil would ruin the hair and the hair would ruin the oil. I can imagine it going both ways. That's exactly the reason, is to prevent hair from getting into the shocks before they're completed. I see. I'm a genius. Got it correct on the first try. There's a lot of A words left and M's. I'm a little confused. This is an interesting squares. Hello, Sean Courtright. How are you doing today? Oh, the G. Oh my goodness, I haven't thought of any of that. Oh my goodness. Modding, madding, oh my goodness. Sadding's not a word? Okay. Saddling, and adding. Ladding? No. Oh, your geniuses, Hopes and Mare. Sunburn on bald head sounds painful, though. That's true. Well, that being said, at least you can put sunscreen on a bald head. It is incredibly difficult to put sunscreen on a scalp that is also home to a full head of hair, because then it makes the hair all greasy and you can't apply it properly. Or you could just wear a hat. By the time they get into the pack area, the inside of the shocks are already sealed, meaning hairnets aren't needed. I see. Don't need them anymore once they're sealed from the rest of the world. I'm doing well and you can just call me Sean? Sounds good, Sean. I'm saluting you right now. I just, when people, like, talk for the first time or like, follow, I like to say, like, their whole name, to just say, hello, full username, and then we can go on. Speaking of, who is Gaddion? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Strawberry Patch. I'm enjoying this energy. I'm glad. I'm incredibly flattered. Thank you so much. How about, oh no, you can't do sanding. You can't do anything with the N because you need it for the ing. Model and models. I've never heard of it being called it like that before, or spelled like that. And you can still suffer from dandruff or from your scalp. What, when you're bald? Oh my goodness. Dandruff is bad enough when, like, when you have hair. I can't imagine what it's like when, like, your hair doesn't, I wouldn't say absorb it, but, like, your hair can, you know, hide it to an extent. Is it just ailing? Nope, that's not how you spell that. Well, that's not how you spell anything either. Nope. Curiouser and curiouser. We have 5 4-letter words left? That's kind of wild. Dandruff comes from your scalp, has almost nothing to do with your hair. Oh, no, I know that, but I meant, like, at least when you have hair, the dandruff may not be as visible because, you know, you have hair covering your scalp. I thought dandruff came from a lack of sunlight hitting the scalp. I think dandruff, it's from a dry scalp. Actually, I don't know. You know what? Let's look this up together. Where does dandruff come from? Yeah, let's go good old Wikipedia. Dandruff is a skin condition of the scalp. The cause is unclear, but is believed to involve a number of genetic environmental factors. The condition may worsen in winter. It is not due to poor hygiene, and the underlying mechanism involves the excessive growth of skin cells. Diagnosis is based on symptoms. Okay. I do think you can get, like, flakier scalps if you have particularly dry skin, but it seems like dandruff is more of a genetic thing than anything else, actually. Oh, it's from a yeast. Huh. Yeah, because antifungals can help it, so that would make sense that it comes from a yeast. Huh. We learn more every day. My mum got angry at a few dentists for thinking I had dandruff. That is a fascinating thing. What, did the dentist, like, try to tell her, hey, I think your kid has dandruff? And then your mum was like, what the fuck? Why are you telling me this? Or, no, they don't. You bought the Phoenix Wright trilogy? Yes! What a good series of games. I hope you love them. Your diet can also be a big part. A lot of oily and sweet foods can make it worse, so I'm told. That may be it, but I think I think that can definitely be part of it. Because, like, your diet and what you put into your body and what you put on your body is going to, you know, oh my goodness, that's a lot, is going to affect, like, the entire, like, it's going to affect everything. The different minerals and nutrients or lack of nutrients and ingredients are going to affect it in different ways. Like, there are some myths in the fact that, like, eating chocolate, you know, directly gives you terrible acne, but, like, it probably does have some sort of effect. It's just not as egregious as we think. It was on sale for only $10. Yeah, because it's the Capcom sale right now, isn't it? That's good. Lins. Whatever that be. If it's anything like the Mars Edgeworth game we're playing, then I know I'm gonna like it. I'd say the Edgeworth game is more advanced than the Phoenix Wright trilogy. I'd say, like, the Phoenix Wright trilogy is more defending people in court with, like, it's more stricter. Like, you can't WASD around the map to investigate. It's more of a point-and-click thing than anything else, but, like, it's still good. The plot is still, the different cases and the different plots are still very interesting. All right. We've got 3 words left, so I can use hints here. Let's find this. Dine, din, 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 di, Dilland, Dilus. I think I'll still enjoy it. Oh, yeah. Like, I definitely like it a lot. I think the Miles Edgeworth game that I'm playing so far is currently my favorite one I've played, just because of how the plot overall is so overarching. I think I thought I did Dins. I didn't do Dins. Thank you, Hopes. What's the next one? A. I thought I did. Did I not do adding? I did do adding. Then what is this? A-D. Add-in? Add-ins. What? Oh, Dals. Okay. So we got 1 left, and it's this one. Addling? Addling. Huh. This was definitely going to be my next purchase after I finish the Phoenix Wright trilogy. I recommend. I think it's a bit of an unpopular opinion I have that I like the Miles Edgeworth, at least this Miles Edgeworth game, more. But still like it because I read a Tumblr post once that was like, vote for your vote which Phoenix Wright unpopular opinion you align with, and one of the opinions was, I enjoyed Miles Edgeworth Investigations 1. And that's that's the only way that I know, oh, this is an unpopular opinion? Is this not a likable game? It was very odd to me to find out, because I think it's genuinely really good. Do we want to play Squirtle? We can do a bit of Squirtle today, and then we'll move on. Listen, if there's one thing about my new haircut that, like, pisses me off a bit, I have to get used to having bangs again. Like, even if it's just, like, what are they called? Side bangs, curtain bangs, stuff like that. I'm not used to having hair in my face because I used to have this, because, like, this is my second time having this haircut, but it's been grown out for so long that I haven't had to deal with hair, like, in my face for, like, probably a year now. So I'm just like, ugh, this again. I watched the Phoenix Wright anime. I loved it. The Phoenix Wright anime is very good. I haven't finished it yet. I'm still on season 2. Sorry. But I've been loving it so much. I do love how it adds details that the games didn't have. Like, it gives us episodes of, like, little story plots that you just didn't get in the normal, in, like, the game trilogy themselves. Chat, give me a Pokemon from either gens 4, 5, or 6. Anywhere I can check that one out. If I like the games, I'll probably like the anime as well. I don't know. I don't know where you can find the Phoenix Wright anime. I guess? There we go. I don't know. If you have Crunchyroll, it's on Crunchyroll. There's probably also less legal ways of watching it. If you're interested in those, but if you want to go the, you know, the good person route, well, the law-abiding person route, I wouldn't call not pirating something a good person does. Just something that a law-abiding person does. Ferrothorn, interesting pick. I feel like Ferrothorn has been popping up lately to me. Like, it also turned up in my Pokemon Go game. It was on, like, I think it was on Giovanni's team. I also watch anime on Venabox for free. A lot of ads, though. Well, if you have an ad blocker, then maybe Venabox is the way to go. All right, so it's higher than Gen 5. It is not grass or steel, but it is shorter than 1 meter and weighs less than 110 kilos. After Gen 5, I'm out. Oh, that's all right. I can make my way in. Let's do Gen 7 next. Let's do Rockruff. Okay. Gen 7, single type, and it's short, and it's light. Okay, that helps. That narrows it down. Let's go through all the starters. Okay, not Rowlet, because Rowlet is grass. What's Poplio? Yeah, Poplio works. Not Poplio, but we've got the right height. What's Litten? Is it Litten? It's not Litten. I have all the Phoenix Wright games too, except for the Edgeworth game, all on DS. That is super impressive. I have one Phoenix Wright game on the DS. Kind of. I have half a Phoenix Wright game on the DS, because it's the crossover. It's the Phoenix Wright Professor Layton crossover. Oh, Gen 7. It can't... What's Cosmog? No. How is Cosmoem shorter than Cosmog? Hello? Gen 7. 0.4 meters. Isn't a starter. Oh no. Gen 7 is rough. The only Pokemon trainer that was memorable to me was N from the game Pokemon Black and White. N is a good choice. N is an incredible character. Probably like one of the most popular Pokemon characters of all time. Though I will say, Gadion, your name is one letter off from a character in Pokemon. So much so that when I first read your name, I thought it was that character's name and I thought you were referring to him. There's a character called Gladion in Gen 7 specifically, and he's super interesting. Just looked it up. According to Google, the only official way to watch it on streaming is through Crunchyroll. I'm not going to buy a streaming service just for one show. Dang. Yeah, listen, physical media probably is a pretty good way to go. I'm not a big fan of things just only being available on streaming. It's such a terrible way to do things. 'Cause, like, why would you want to pay, like $15 a month just to watch one thing that you like, when you can just watch that one, when you can just buy that thing for, maybe a little more money, but it's only one purchase and then you can watch it and keep it for as long as you like. Gen 7, 0.4 meters. I'm not good at Gen 7. Okay, let's look at the types. Normal. What's the Gen 7 normal type? I don't know. Hi, Valeska. How you doing? I thought Crunchyroll was free. I don't think so. I think Crunchyroll... That's true. That's true. That's how I watched Sonic with you all that one time, chat. When we did the Sonic movie night, I signed up for a free trial of Paramount Plus and then canceled it as soon as we stopped watching. Valeska makes an amazing point. Get a free trial. That is great. You make a great point, Valeska. Just get chains of free trials with different emails. Oh, I don't know. I might have to cheat a little bit. Gen 7. Height 0.4 meters. Oh, I can't do that? Okay, I'm just gonna go through Gen 7 then. Gonna go through all of Gen 7. We're looking for 0.4 meters. Alolan Meowth. No, it weighs too much. It doesn't weigh enough, sorry. What's next? Gen 0.4. 0.4. Yungoos! Up next, it's not Yungoos. Gen 7. Control F search? I could, but I'm happy to scroll. Let's see. Grubbin? I totally got that with my talent and nothing else. I didn't know anything else existed past Alpha Sapphire. You can tell I don't keep up. Oh, listen, there are many constants in life, you know? In this world, there are 3 constants. Life, death, and Pokemon, okay? Pokemon will always be around till the end of time. There's over 1,000 of them now. There's 9 generations. They've got several games on the Switch. Just keeps going. Just keeps going. All right, we've done the Squirtle for today. Do we want to move to the main event. I kind of want to move to the main event. I feel like when I play, specifically when I play Ace Attorney Investigations, especially this case, I think my just chatting portions have to be a little shorter than usual, just because Ace Attorney Investigations, it's so long. I want to get through as much of it as possible. Like, we went over time last week when we were playing, so. That being said, I will change the game over. Okay, first of all, I will change the game over. Second of all, I will run there's an ad starting in about 15 minutes. I'll give you the choice, chat. Would you rather me run the ad now so that we can play the game for an hour and you guys don't have to get any ads during that first hour? Or would you like me to start playing now and then just have the ad come on 15 minutes in? It can be your choice. I was little when XYZ was introduced. I was the same age as Bonnie. That's so cute. That's so cute. My first Pokemon generation was Gen 4, like the first one where I really got into it now. Ads now, but I'm just one person. See, I also go, you're not just there's not just one person voting, because my personal vote would be to do ads now, but I just want to make sure that people are comfortable with it. So I appreciate you putting in your opinion. I will run the ad now, which is also helpful because I also have a yogurt that I haven't eaten yet that's been at my desk since I've started streaming. So I'll eat the yogurt while the ad goes, and then after that, we can launch ourselves into stream. All right, see you all in 3 or so minutes. And I'll speed run this. Speed run my yogurt. Last week I fell asleep to stream. That's so cute though. I hope you slept well though. My sleep has been weird because I'm getting used to, because I've started taking melatonin at night, and I'm starting to get used to like how my body feels on melatonin and how I kind of fall asleep on melatonin and stuff like that. I don't think it really helps me fall asleep. I think it does a little bit, but it helps me settle quicker and it helps me stay asleep. I end up waking up fairly early in the mornings now, but when I do, I'm quite rested. Hello, Cass. Welcome in. How you doing? I slept okay, but ended up having a crappy day because my med schedule was fucked up. Oh no, Mare, I'm sorry. Maybe make yourself an alarm this time, just in case you fall asleep. Maybe put an alarm on. So that you don't have to, so that hopefully you don't sleep through it next time, if you do fall asleep. You did make an alarm last time? Oh no. Bro, I'm so sorry. I'm okay, how you been? I've been alright. It's been a really funny day. Because I stayed in bed for a really long time today. I only got out at maybe midday. Which, like, I don't like doing that. But at the same time, this is a public holiday. So I'm kind of just trying to rationalize with myself that, like, I needed the, like, it seems my body needed that break. DVD might not be an option either. It's only on Blu-ray, and even then season 2 is out of print right now and is rare, so eBay sellers are selling it for way over $50, which is where I draw the line for this. Aw, that sucks so bad. I'm sorry. Hopefully Though, I don't know. Listen, if we ever ended up doing consistent movie nights, chat, how would we feel about our first, like, movie night, like, TV show-wise? How would we feel about it being Ace Attorney? I think that would be fun. My first favorite Pokemon character was Brock. He was chill. That's cool. I think my first favorite... I grew up with Dawn, but I liked May a lot better. I think May was my... Personally, May was my favorite. When will it be? No idea. It definitely wouldn't be for like a couple of months. It would probably be around this time, or maybe a little bit earlier, depending on the day. But what day or even when in the future it'd be, I couldn't tell you. I just started picking up more shifts at my job, so I really just want to settle into my new schedule first and make sure I'm on I'm on top of everything before I start adding more things in. Yeah, I'm glad you understand. All right. I spent that ad yapping, so I didn't actually finish the yogurt, so I'll have to finish it while playing. All right. So last time we played this chat, we found out that not only has there been a murder in the Barbalese embassy, there has also been a murder in the Alabastian embassy. And in the same way that Kay was the prime suspect for the Babal murder and we proved her innocent, Larry was the prime suspect in the Alabastian murder, because of course he was. And then we had to prove him innocent. I wonder if, and then we also found Wendy Oldbag again. Yay! But that's about it. We've learned that the statue was used at as a murder weapon, though. All right. Yeah. March 14th. Ooh, isn't that White Day? Oh, of course. And we found out that the person who died in the Alabastian murder is apparently Master Mask too. Because why not, I guess? Why this case is like as many throwbacks as humanly possible. Like, I feel like I'm gonna start seeing fucking, I don't know, Pain or something, or I'm gonna see, we've seen Lotta Hart as well this case. Oh my goodness, it's everyone. We're gonna see Max Galactica next. Yay. Zephyr's Oldbag's biggest fan? No, the hell I am not. I hate that woman with every inch of my being. However, she does give me a bit of a break from the voice acting because she does talk so fast, it's actually hard to keep up with her. So I just don't bother sometimes. I've left the Damask 2 investigation to Franziska and returned to Babal. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, it's this... Oh, what's his name? It's not Paulini. Paleno? Paulini's the tennis player. Anyone a tennis fan here, chat? Anyone been watching the Roland Garros? That's been fun. Both of my picks won. I'd be going to sleep. Have a good night, Gaddion. Thank you so much for the wonderful stream. You're welcome. And thank you so much again for the follow and just for stopping by, hanging out. It's been a pleasure. So, Kay, what's the situation? Oh, it's great. Investigating is so much fun. I agree. In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. We weren't goofing off. Honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out. Very well then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Oh, we've had a really fun time, sir. I don't think investigating is particularly... Well, it can be fun. But, like, the purpose of investigating is not to have fun. It's to find clues. The fun is just, you know, just happens while it happens. I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir? You have permission to enter the Alabastian Embassy, is that correct? Yup. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. Oh, of course, the love note. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask. The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? An annoying one. The kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday. Oh. Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Who would be enthused to go find Wendy Oldbag Edgeworth? Like, you hate her. Surely you can understand why everyone else would also hate her. Evidence that has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really going to throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up into a ball and disposed of. Aww! That's so mean, poor Larry. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Oh, let me check then. Okay, so we've got... Good to know our badge is still relevant. We've got the embassy guide. We've got Cochin's body, the Yadagarasu's key, the Barbalese knife handle, the paper document, the Primaduck statue, the other Primaduck statue, fake money, ink, flowers. I wonder where this is gonna come into this. Damask's note, samurai dogs, and the spear. Okay, the spear is still relevant. All right. No, I wasn't. No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information first. I just wanted to move this way. That's all. Don't pull me up, Kay. I'm just looking around. Ladder. A ladder. Actually, that's a step ladder. They're the exact same thing. I think I'm getting deja vu. No way! From their structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder. A step ladder is much too heavy to carry around, after all. And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake. Oh, Edgeworth, you poor guy. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they're for the renovation. Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here. Or any other treasure for that matter. Kay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. That was a pretty good play on words there. Gummy, don't randomly jump into one of our dialogues like that. Okay, fourth wall break. Are you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe? No, it's not like that, sir. Sure it's not. Construction area? It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the greatest Great Thief show. I should think it would be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. Well, unfortunately, she's showing her face quite a lot. Cone. So how come so many traffic cones are red and white? That's because they're highly visible from a great distance. Oh, is that why? So then the reason you wear that wine red suit is for visibilities? Please don't Don't compare me to a ragged plastic traffic cone. Why not? You two are twins. Kay could be a K-pop idol. She could be Kay. I think Kay would be best as like a child star. She'd be really good as like a member of High Five or something. Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. So, what did you find out? Oh, well. I take it he's found nothing of any particular use, as usual. God damn it, Gumshoe. I want to love you, but it can be so difficult. You're likable, but you are incompetent. And unfortunately, your incompetence can get on my nerves a bit, but he comes in clutch when he needs to. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Polino. Oh? And what is this something interesting? This, sir. What is a lantern? Wow, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's a real treasure there. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? So apparently if you burn the special wood crystal oil that they only make in Babal, it burns this green color, sir. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out. Hey, Gummy, what about these silhouettes? They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so to project the images. Oh? Silhouettes, huh? They're rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? Uh-huh. You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. Ugh, I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. All right, so the lantern is important somehow. Hey, cute dude. What's the opposite of a hear me out? I mean, it depends on what kind of opposite you're going for. Do you mean, like, I feel like an opposite of a hear me out could be one of two things. Something so unattractive it cannot be heard out on, or something so incredibly attractive that no one needs to hear you out. They immediately understand you. Either way, I'm not sure what it would be called. This bush looks like the perfect place to hide some sort of treasure, you know? Ah, but there is no treasure inside those things. Oh. Too bad. Deafen yourself? Me? Why? Oh, hydrate. Thank you, D-Gauge. Also, welcome. How you doing? Is that what you mean the opposite to a hear me out is? Deafen yourself? I can see that. But we do have a lot of treasures back in Babal. Sounds great. I'll be sure to pay you guys a visit sometime for a 5-finger discount. Sure. We welcome you anytime. Hear me out, old bag? Bonk. Actually, listen, if you saw my last TikTok, then yeah, old bag did kind of become a bit of a hear me out. Are you sure you really want to invite a thief into your country with open arms? Well, it's Kay. She's cute. I'd let her into my country. That or just ignore me. I like both of those. I feel like the opposite of a hear me out could be a person who everyone thinks is attractive, but you think they aren't. Interesting. That's a good way of saying it. Meh. I'm just trying to think of like any examples of something that everyone likes or a person that everyone is attracted to. That being said, I don't really want to go into the specifics of like real human beings I think are attractive or unattractive on stream. We can do fictional characters though if we like. There is a sign here warning passers-by to take precautions around this renovation site. They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere. Hey, Judy, how you doing? I believe Ambassador Polano said it was to attract more tourists and visitors. But what can they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth? How about transforming it into a courthouse? Hey, be serious. But I was being serious. The thing is, you just sound so predictable, it sounds like a joke. Oh, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these, you can eat whatever you like. And these are, oh my goodness. How many of these are we gonna collect at this point? We have like at least 10. Discount tickets for our cafeteria. They're open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing for me right now. Let's talk about the stage. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Babal. I heard that tonight, over in the Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Adagarasu started? Exactly. Interesting. What about the Primaduck statue? I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm gonna be responsible and get ready for bed now so that I don't risk anything when I inevitably get sleepy. That's a really good idea, Mare. I should also do that more often. There have been a couple of days in the past few weeks where I have, in fact, fallen asleep on the couch. Ambassador Polano, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Primaduck statue. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabast and Babal used to be one country called Cadopia? Bro. I've been told this maybe 5 times now. Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Primaduck statue belonged to the founders of Cadopia. At least that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the king of Cadopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it? Yes, that's right, which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it though, I suppose. But if Alabast and Babal were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Primaduck statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Polano knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. All right, I can show him the key. It's not that one, it's this one. Yeah, the one that killed Damask. Sometimes I like a good snooze on the couch, but definitely not falling asleep all night on one. For some reason, when I go to sleep on the couch, I wake up feeling like more refreshed. I feel like that's kind of going away now that I'm taking melatonin. But like when I sleep in my bed or I sleep in a bed, I just wake up not fully rested at all. I don't know why it's so easy to fall asleep on couch, but trying to sleep in bed is so tricky. It's such an interesting phenomenon. I really couldn't tell you why. Maybe that's the next thing we should Google. I find it that falling asleep on the couch is easier for me because I don't have to do anything to fall asleep on the couch. While when it comes to falling asleep in bed, I often have to get ready for bed, and that may wake me up a little. Ambassador Polano, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Primaduck statue sitting in Alabast right now actually belongs to Babal.
So it would appear. I received a call from Ms. Von Karma about this earlier.
Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's Primaduck statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession.
Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. And it is definitely Alabast statue. I know because it's the real statue.
He knew that his one was the fake the whole time? Then you're saying that Babal's was a replica?
I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight, to say that we could not determine which statue was the real one.
Why are you telling me this?
Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? Why are you asking me, dude? I'm just a lawyer.
I have no trouble falling asleep on either. I think I'm getting better at falling asleep in a bed because I've started taking melatonin. I can settle a lot quicker when I'm in a bed. If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either.
I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic?
Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast?
Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened.
Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country? That's the gist of it. Babal is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country, meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yatagarasu? Hey, Aaron. No, we're not being gay doing crime. We're being gay solving crime, actually. In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected. Of this I am sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted?
I believe it was the Rose Garden on the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least that's where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared.
Thank you for the slow clap. Did it sound there? Did you guys hear the slow clap? I'm not sure I heard it. Uh-oh. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. What is this? My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use? There is a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything it could get wet from around here. I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open-air stage from time to time, right? Alright, I'll find its owner later. It's wet. Maybe from the fire? Because obviously you have to use water to put out the fire, right? You both heard it? Okay, that's good then. I was just making sure because it's been a while since I've had that redeem and I wanted to make sure everything was all still like connected and working. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold into this? That's the perfume! What is this? It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. Aww. She's been keeping it for so long, so hell-bent on revenge. Poor thing. This game really is just trauma, the video game. Everyone has been through so much. Am I supposed to... Wait, where am I supposed to go? Okay, not in there. Got it. Got it. Okay, better get her revenge. I sure hope so. Thank you for the posture check, Money Money. I think I'll be returning to the investigation in Alabast now, but... I know. I'll go back to Babal and do some more investigating there. Ooh, we've never been here before. Pretty gardens. I love the leaf features. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. Oh, yeah! Best girl alert. How are things in Babal? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. The investigation into Manny Cochin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Adagarasu has. Ah, yes, the Adagarasu. Even now I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Adagarasu. That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabast. And that's when the Adagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, there was the fire at the Barbalese embassy that the Yadagarasu started. I vow that not a single feather from the Yadagarasu shall escape my diligence. Investigation starts. Gay lawyer game, gay prosecutor edition, aka Trauma the Game. So many things to call this game. Okay, we've only got the connected fireplaces as clues here. Alright, let's go here first. Is it possible that the Adagarasu hid in these bushes? Of course not! They're rose bushes. You've been spending so much time with Scruffy and that girl, they're rubbing off on you. But it's alright. I'll wake you out of your stupor. With a whip, because of course. Now, the next time you feel like sleep talking, remember that I'll whip you for real. All I tried to do was offer up a possibility, and this is what I get. Camera. Oh no, or lights. There's an overturned spotlight here. When the Yadagarasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over. I'm having a tough time visualing the mass confusion that took place here. I thought to use my whip to capture the Yadagarasu. However, there were people in my way, and I was unable to land even a single lash. I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead. Oh, good. More international incidents, aka Francisco whipping random people. Yippee. A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that? She's just making fun of you for being gay, dude. She's like, you may not be into women, but I am. Francisca and Edgeworth are just MLM, WLW, hostility. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics, the pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. The fountain spouts are said to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level. Which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it just in case. Interesting. No. What the What the fuck? Yes, I will allow the word her gay. My gay sister teasing her gay brother for being gay in Pride Month. True.
How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there.
Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment.
I know that. Do you really think that I'm the type to jump into a pool and swim around for fun?
Yes, I do. All right then. Did you by chance fall into the pool?
Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy?
I'm sorry? Your son?
I guess I kind of lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him.
You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway?
Huh? Oh, how old is he again?
Oh, is this guy's child an animal? Is it not his son? Is it a pet? Larry, this is the first I've heard of your son. Who exactly is the mother?
The mother? Oh, that chick. The pink princess.
The pink princess? Ms. Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he's looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Oh, not his baby. The Steel Samurai's baby. I see.
Yep, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul.
Hey, Saint Dream, how you doing today? Do not bully Larry, he tries his best. Are we sure about that? I'm not too sure he does.
And the Iron Infant is my cute little son.
You've given a whole new meaning to the phrase an astounding fool. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant, but rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of there.
Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there.
He's going back in. Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Maybe the pool connects to something else. Somewhere else in the embassy. Now I'm scared that Larry's gonna drown. The statue bears a resemblance to the Primadux statue. The plaque says, King Primadux in the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primadux put his life on the line and went to war. So Primadux was actually a person of royal blood? I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed. I suppose there's that too. Roses? Can we talk about how perfect Franziska is? Oh, every day of the week we can talk about how perfect she is. She's such a cool character. I love her so much. These are some beautiful roses here. They appear to be well maintained. You're being too nice, Mars Edgeworth. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they are grouped by color, one color per location. They lose their beauty when they're all mixed together like this. I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not. I mean, who knows? On second thought, there's a rather serious look on her face. I'd better leave it be. They should really rethink the proper balance of the roses. Of all the people to comment on the proper balance of things. I'm sorry, are you calling Franziska unbalanced? Hello? Chair. I suppose Ambassador Alba sat in this chair? Ambassador Alba is very elderly. The chair was prepared for him should he have gotten tired during his speech. In that case, why didn't he plan to make his speech sitting down in the first place? The ambassador is also quite prideful, that's why. He sounds like my old principal from grade school who'd speak at assemblies. I mean, yeah, I guess it may be considered a sign of weakness to make a speech sitting down, because it means that you're possibly in ill health. I call her Dummy Franzi, the whip-obsessed prosecutor. I think I just call her Franziska. Her full first name. I was about to call it her government name, but the government name would include, you know, the Von Karma. I don't want to call her Von Karma. Atari.
14 months. Holy crap. What a milestone to hit after surviving 45 hours of work.
Thank you so much for the 14th month resub. And congratulations on your survival, dude. I'm so happy for you. I call her Maya and Adrian's GF. You know what, Aaron? You're so right. So this is where Ambassador Alba was to give his speech. The stage was set up nicely. However, where was the audience supposed to sit? Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool? That's such poor planning if there was no place other than a spot or two by the pool. They really should have made seating arrangements like how the gallery is set up in the court. Indeed. You can sense that consideration for the viewers was taken in with those. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time, huh? Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. Autism to autism communication is going on here. And I guess we have to talk to Lang. Ugh.
Have you finished checking out all the bystanders?
Yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir.
Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case.
Sir, not a single thing, sir.
Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct.
Agent Lang.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor.
I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier.
Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did.
After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba?
Way to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. As if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor?
I'd sure hope so. Dogs with a bone, they are. Wolverine wannabe, exactly. I love her character growth, how she escaped from the shadow of her terrifying father and his tyranny, learned to accept her flaws and her mistakes, and made a name for herself with Interpol, taking down international criminals, and she's not even 20. Yeah, she... Like, we obviously saw a lot less of her character development than Edgeworth's, considering Edgeworth is kind of like a main character, especially in the first game when we do learn of Von Karma's like corruptness and, you know, also murders. So it didn't really occur to me, I guess, because a lot of her character development was primarily off screen, but it is very valiant of her to, you know, bounce back so quickly and so successfully, and not dramatically in the way that Edgeworth chose death, though. Edgeworth choosing death is also understandable. Him having a more dramatic kind of exits and entrances makes sense, considering he was, you know, significantly more traumatized, considering he was convinced for a very long time that he was a murderer. You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time, so naturally you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct?
Yeah, I saw the thief all right, with my own 2 eyes. The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of, "It's the Yatagarasu," rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out, and by the time we got the area lit again, the deft thief has vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all of the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain, the Yatagarasu was here.
But he didn't see her with his own 2 eyes. He saw her silhouette. Or her shadow, whatever it is. Edgeworth thought he killed his father for 20 plus years of his life. Give my boy a break. Oh, don't worry. Edgeworth is easily, like, probably my favorite character in the whole series. Like, I appreciate his entire storyline so much. Franziska must have either the best therapist ever or hella compartmentalization. I think either of those fit her character quite well, considering, you know, she'd have the money for a good therapist. Sorry, I'm yawning so much. And I think she's also the kind of person who would have great ability to compartmentalize. So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette?
Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else.
Huh. Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape. Not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right.
Someone else's shadow? That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I figured out its true origin. I expected no less from my subordinate. Now, let's hear what you know on the subject. What really cast the shadow? Wait. So there was a shadow here, right? So what could have cast it? Maybe this guy? That's a really good question. Your yawning is not helping me stay awake. I'm sorry. Let me put it into perspective. Franziska had to not only escape from the shadow of her father, but was also, she was in Miles' shadow and she succeeded. She's insanely mature. Well, unfortunately, I think she had to be mature. Like, the environment that she grew up in, and the environment that Edgeworth grew up in as well, they both became incredibly mature for their ages. Just because of what they experienced. What could be the... They said they saw the shadow. I'm thinking it's, like, the statues that are the shadows. Exactly. She never had the opportunity to properly be a child. Which statue do I guess, though? I'm gonna guess this one first.
Take that!
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu is not possible that it was created by the statue?
Objection!
Are you playing with me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? The statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu. You are correct. However, this statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What is the other part to the real form of the Yatagarasu's shadow? The other statue!
Take that!
Is it both of them? Did I get it right on the first try? It's another statue? The Yatagarasu's shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panicked state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primadux and the battlefield... Yes, there's one! The shadow of the king's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Oh! So it wasn't one spotlight lining both up. It was two spotlights, two statues, two shadows, but the way they lined up, it made them look like one. I get it now. Likewise, if we set a light up on the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage. Aha! So if we were to combine the two shadows... Oh. It looks nothing like the Yatagarasu's shadow. Mouse Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape? The guy's shadow is definitely the correct one. But what's the girl's one? Calm down, Franziska. The way the light needs to be shone on the queen's statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe that the whole of the king's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow. Only one part? Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Yatagarasu's shadow. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You're right. I apologize. Now, what part of the queen statue was used to complete the Yatagarasu's shadow? Her hand. Like, I feel like that's the only thing that could, like, spread out and make different, like, prongs, basically. If you think about it, none of the characters had a happy lives. They've all had to experience hardships. Phoenix, Maya, Miles, Franziska, Pearl, even Kay, but that's what makes them such cool characters. Oh, absolutely. I mean, to be fair, it's a reflection of real life. Every single person in the world has also had hardships. Shadow doesn't sound like a real word anymore. Yes, sorry to the hedgehog. Present. Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? Ah, that's right. It can only be the shadow of the queen's left hand. Franziska, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the queen's left hand? All right, let's give it a try and see what we get. And alas, it's...
Yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw.
The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu's shadow had vanished, which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabast tonight. The only country that thief visited was Babal, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabast. I really love your avatar, she's really cute. Thank you! I love it so much. Big shout out to Piano Belt, who was the person I commissioned for it. They are on... I actually don't know if they're on Twitter anymore, but they're definitely on Blue Sky. I spent all day handling lights I don't want to think about more. I'm sorry, Atare. Listen, hopefully we get over the shadow stuff in a couple of minutes. An accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. But how do we prove that the accomplice existed? How's the investigation going? Is this Alba? No, it's not. It's the Tumblr sexy man of this game. Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge.
and my only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu. So yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. Oh no, why? I was on lighting crew pack down for the second time ever. Lights heavy and have to live above shoulders. Hey. Listen, Atari, it means you're getting a good workout, you know? You're gonna get those real buff arms. It's every day is arm day for you when you're at work. Where would he rank on Tumblr Sexy Man? Unfortunately, probably not that high, because he's not weird enough, and he's also not pathetic enough. I feel like, unfortunately, Gumshoe is probably actually more Tumblr Sexy Man than he is. But Bad is actually just sexier. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please. When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, I'm telling ya, I'm a genuine international. Hi, Lotta Hart. Everyone say hi, Lotta. She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. Hello? What in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air. The times, they are a-changing. It's not just man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now. But when was this photo taken? Apparently, right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see. So this was taken after the fire. What the fuck could this be? I'm so lost. Who's your favorite assistant? I will say this. I haven't met Trucy yet. I know the existence of Trucy. I know who she is, but I haven't played the sequel trilogy yet. That's a really good question. Who my favorite is, though. Like, I've been really enjoying Kay, but Maya's like the OG. So I feel like Kay is... I feel like Kay isn't quite first yet, just because I've only known her for one game, while I have played 4 games where mine is the one you almost definitely won't have seen or know the name of. I'm trying to think of people who could be assistants of the characters I know from the sequel trilogy. Isn't there a character called Athena? I know there's a character called Athena, but I don't know what she does yet. So I'm gonna make a guess that it's her. Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, of course. I didn't think about that. Athena is a lawyer, not an assistant. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I forgot that your favorite games are the Great Ace Attorney ones. Yeah, I don't know anyone from there other than like Herlock Sholmes or whatever his name is. The blur in this picture took off from the Barbalese embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabast. This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight. Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Oh, geez, it's Galactica. / Acro, because it was Acro that committed the murder.
I also really like Emma from Rise in the Ashes. I want Emma Skye to be my first cosplay. I think she'd be really fun to cosplay. But, I fell for a classic blunder. I did. I don't consider the Great Ace Attorney. I always forget about it. But yeah, I think currently my favorite is still Maya. But Kay... I guess this isn't much of a spoiler, so I can ask. Is Kay also the assistant in the second game? Is she in the second investigations game? You need to play the Great Ace Attorney. I've got the games. It just takes a lot of time to play these games and like stream them because I only play them like once a week and stuff. And then I also don't like playing all of them in a row. Like I don't like playing them consecutively. I like splitting them up with like other games in the middle. She is? Okay. That's cool. That's cool that she's in... Okay. Then when I finish next game, I'm making a prediction. When I finish next game, Kay will be my favorite assistant. I'm almost 100% sure. Like, I love Maya, but Kay has just shot up my rankings so quickly in terms of character. However... And this is coming from a person who has only played the first trilogy and has nearly finished this game. I think my favorite character of all time in the Ace Attorney games currently is still Pearl. That precious girl I need to protect with my entire life. I'm sorry, she's too baby. Like, that's my daughter. Like, I need to hold her hand when she crosses the street, you know? What do you mean Maya was in 4 games? Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. I've played that as well. I actually recently finished that. I played it off stream. But I have played that one. And I count that as a 4th game with her in it. That's a niche game. Well, the thing is, Professor Layton is like one of my childhood game series. Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton was actually the last Professor Layton game I had to play before I finished the entire series. I've now played them all! Yay! So, yeah. Loved that one. It was wild, but it was fun. Who did you say you want to cosplay? I want to cosplay one specific iteration of Emma Skye. Wait, let me go to About Profiles. Shit, I didn't need to do this. Shit. There we go. I should have done this. I should have turned off Firefox, but that's fine. I'll show you. Emma Skye. But I specifically want to cosplay her outfit in Investigations. Because it's very cool. Let's see if I can find it. This one. Come on. Click for me. I didn't mean to click on this. No! No! This one! I want to cosplay this one. This version of her. I love it so much. She's so cool. A beret is very Zeph-coded. I mean, I wouldn't call it a beret because it is a cap, but I do own a beret. I own a beret that's a strawberry. So I take it you haven't played the second trilogy yet. No, I have not. I decided to... It was recommended to me that I go to this first. And I'm a big Edgeworth fan, so I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it. I'm tired. That's fine. We're all tired. I've nearly fallen asleep on stream once. And I specifically remember it because it was during the Ace Attorney case in the third game with the maid cafe, but it was specifically the scene with the weird tech lady that had the blue hair. I very vividly remember being like so incredibly almost falling asleep when I was playing it. I was like, ugh. Speaking of berets and French people in general, please play Expedition 33. I haven't played it, but I have heard absolutely incredible things about it. Wait, Franziska would have also dealt with that. Cause Turnabout Big Top was during the second game. Right? Which means Franziska was a prosecutor. Was Franziska the prosecutor during Turnabout Big Top? Edgeworth isn't the only one that's had to deal with flying murderers. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well, exactly. Because it was 2. When was the second one? If you cosplayed them, I'll come over to Oz with my Gerard cosplay and go to a con. That would be so much fun. I'm going to my first con in like 7 years. Soon. I will not tell you the day because I will be doxing myself a little bit if I did. Because then you'll be like, oh yeah, Zeph's going to this specific place on this specific day. Oh yeah, Bridge to Turnabout. Kind of had a flying thing going on too, you're right. But I mean, it did turn out to be more of a falling thing. Maybe it happens more often than we think. Saint Dreamer, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Strawberry Patch. Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yadagrasu took off from the Barbalese embassy, so I should start from there. Franziska, I need to return to the Babal investigation for a bit. All right. I love how we just have to move back and forth all the time. I hope you have the bestest time. Thank you. I hope I do too. Because it's going to be a very different because it's going to be a very generic convention in the fact that it's going to have panels and it's going to have like an artist alley and markets and stuff like that. While the con I went to 7 years ago was specifically Supernatural Con, where everyone sat in a theater for most of the day to watch panels and stuff. So it's a little bit different. I prefer cherries, but love strawberries as well. I don't think I've ever tried cherries themselves, but I quite like cherry flavored things. Using state lines like a jump rope, yeah. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. All right, I'm counting on you. I'd say she's more counting on you, Franziska, considering you're... Did Kay just punch me? Oh, good. The way these sprites are, Kay is punching me in the face every 2 seconds. Ow, ow. Do, do. Ba-ba. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back to our investigation. Yes, let's. Artist Alley is the best part of the con. I went to an artist market late last year and I really enjoyed it so much, so I can't wait to go to the Artist Alley. I also kind of hope that in the, I don't know if conventions would have like Pokemon card collecting like booths and stuff like that. I don't know whether to bring my Pokemon cards or not. I'm kind of conflicted about it because I'd love to know if it's a good idea to do that. Or maybe I just take it and give it to random people. Maybe I get a bunch of my, well, I don't really have a bunch, but maybe I get my bulk cards and I just be like, here, take one. Let's go through this way. It did not look like it was 10:30 p.m. at night in the gardens. It did not look like nighttime. It was too bright. To think after all that running around, Red, White? I'm giving Kay an uwu voice accidentally. We're right back to where we started. It would appear that way.
Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet?
I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Poleno, but I haven't yet to find his killer.
Then I guess his murder really was the work of Ariada Garasu.
I saw you played the AI The Somnium Files duology. Who's your favorite between Iba and Tama? Iba. Easy Iba. Tama's a little too... Tama's a little... I don't know. Tama's a little... Yeah. Tama's just a little too much for me. She's just a little too much. Yeah, I a little too I absolutely get you. Yeah, there's a little too much innuendo there. Salmon. Yeah, Iba is obviously also a little bit fan servicey, but it feels a lot less dommy mommy. Doesn't look like she has boobs that would break her back because they're too heavy. Like, all I could see with Tama was like, if you were a real person, your spine would snap in half. I'm shocked you preferred the second game. The first game was far more superior. Oh, don't worry. I know that enjoying the second game more is an extreme unpopular opinion. I just think, I do feel like in a way, funnily enough, I feel that if I'd played Nirvana Initiative before I'd played the first game, I would have liked the first game more. It was just, I was very new to that kind of type of game. I wasn't expecting the plot twists. I wasn't expecting the amount of like endings and routes you can go down. I wasn't expecting like the way that Somniums worked. So like, I was very new to like how those games work. I just didn't like the male protagonist. He didn't match Date's coolness. Oh yeah, Ryuki! I don't particularly care for Ryuki. Like, he's cool. I like him in the way that, like, you pity a sad chihuahua. I like him in the same way that you pity, like, a really sad, whiny dog. But I definitely prefer Date, and I much prefer Mizuki. Mizuki is my favorite character over both games. Easy. She's an incredible character. But I think just Nirvana Initiative, I understood how it worked. And I feel that's what made me like it more, because I was a little less confused about what was going on. I could kind of get the hang of what I was supposed to be doing. Also, I much prefer games that are linear as opposed to games that are not. And I felt that Nirvana Initiative, despite the fucking plot twist at the end, I felt its story was more linear. He's a pathetic little meow meow. He is. And like, I enjoy that, but I don't know. I just think Mizuki is cooler. And I think Date's breed, I guess, Date's breed of pathetic is a lot funnier and more entertaining to me than Ryuki's breed of pathetic. But Ryuki's breed of pathetic is a lot more realistic. Date is just... Unfortunately, Date's just the GOAT. You couldn't really do much to surpass Date. But, oh, don't get me started on Boss. My queen, my wife. Your ranking, I'd swap Boss with Date, Saint Dreamer, but we have almost identical rankings, I think. Yeah, see, Ryuki is pathetic, is a pathetic little meow meow. Date is pathetic, but he also literally goes meow meow. He's also literally a cat boy. He leans into it. Ryuki doesn't want it, Date does. I'll never forget how batshit you went when Date meowed. It was ridiculous! I didn't know what to expect, but it was not him becoming a cat, but well, Date's in his 30s at the very least. Probably older, honestly, because Falcon looked old. So, I don't know. He's a cat man at this point. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who is only out to steal the truth.
Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face.
What did you think about Iris? I'm fairly neutral on her, I'd say. Like, I liked a lot of her interactions, and I think she was a very interesting character, but, like, just, she was cute. She was cute. I'm not sure I really have much else to say on that, really. Midlife cat boyification? Listen. If/when I have a midlife crisis, okay, it's probably a when, not an if. I am gonna reach my midlife, hopefully. When I have a midlife crisis, hopefully it will be me becoming a cat boy, and it will not be me, you know, getting into crypto, you know? BB, also amazing character. BB, amazing. I actually have a zine coming in probably a month now, maybe a little over a month. I pre-ordered it a few months ago. It's a zine about all of the sinkers. So it's a zine of like art and like little short stories, like a fanzine specifically about like Date and Mizuki and BB and Ryuki, and it looks so cool and I'm so excited to get it. And I'm also obviously excited for No Sleep for Kaname Date. That'll be fun as hell.
If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, all right?
Mr. Polino. Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? Miles, he wasn't talking to you. Man. This wasn't about you, bro. We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier.
Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content.
Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador.
It will bring a smile. Sorry. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything.
Thank you, Mr. Polino. You're a total gentleman. Nah, no gentleman of mine. That man needs a top hat first. And eyes. Beady little eyes.
You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss.
Hey, Sir Polino. Those two sure get chummy awfully quickly. I think Kay just gets chummy with people very quickly in general. Like her and Gumshoe. Got super close super quick. I know, I don't know how to feel about Polino just yet. I think he's weird. You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? We should probably start by comparing the statue of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted. Yeah, when I came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Cochin's killer. We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Ms. Yu is also somehow involved. I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Kochin's killer. Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too? Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years. Uncle Bad. Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire. What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all? I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. But this could be how that person escaped. Well, we'll need to investigate a little bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Oh, I love the name. I love the word dawdle. I don't know why, but I really liked Amame. Amame was cool. I thought she was very... I wasn't a big fan of, like, the plot twist stuff with her. But, like, I liked her very much as a character, and her connection with Gen was very cool. So this is... Oh, I was speaking in Kay's voice, or at least trying to. So this is the real Primadox statue. This is really valuable, right? That's what they say.
Hold it!
Kay, you're not seriously considering the theft of this statue, are you? Oh, she's getting me in the stomach now. Sucker punch! Pew pew! I know, Gen. What an incredible character, right? No way, Mr. Edgeworth. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I was just calculating in my head how much the statue is worth. That sounds mighty suspicious to me. Ah! She can calculate all she likes, bro. Grandfather clock. This one resembles the one in Alabast.
Oh, that clock has been with us since back when we were still Codopia.
That is one big clock. Hey, does this one have a bird that pops out like a cuckoo clock?
I'm sorry, but no. Oh, but I'm sure you'll love its chime.
Really? It's going to be 11 soon, so maybe I'll get to hear it then. Is it that time already? Time sure flies by when I'm involved in an investigation. Oh, it's not that late. The night's only just begun. Kay, isn't it your bedtime? You are still under 18, my girl. Why do your parents... Like, well, not your parents, but like, your family, they don't want you home? Kay, it's not good for you to stay up late, you know. Yes, Gramps. Let's look at the statues. God forbid a women have hobbies. Yeah, like, Kay might be in... Maybe she'll get into the job of, like, auctioning things off, or being... Don't take this the wrong way when I say this. She could be, like, in... Oh, no, I know a way to say it that makes it sound less sus. She could be in the industry of pawning things off. Like, PAWN. I was trying to find a way to fit in the word porn without making it sound like the sexual connotation. Because I was going to say, oh yeah, Kay could be a porn star. And then I was like, that everyone is going to take that wrong. Everyone is going to take that incredibly wrong. But like, pawning things off, like treasures and items. Yeah, extremely important to make sure everyone knows what the spelling of it is. It looks like all of the souvenirs suffered from damage from the fire. I just don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu. The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems. I know, because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf. You would steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere? You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all. Now she's punching the clock. You're gonna take the value out of that, kid. But could you really rob someone of their valuable memories just like that? No, because even if I take the souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories. We've had a couple of amnesia cases. You can take memories away if you try hard enough, Kay. We still don't know where the blade of the Barbalese knife went. Could it be that the killer walked away with it? The national symbol of Babal is drawn here. There's nothing especially strange about it. Is it just me, or did the butterfly gain an antenna since we last saw it? Even if it did, would it really have any bearing on our case, Kay? I don't want to talk to Poleno. Let's just look through everything else first. It appears that Mr. Cochin's body has been taken in for an autopsy. The white outline is all that is left to tell the tale of his murder. The safe? This safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. You could tell because the inside wasn't burnt, right? Yes, and thanks to this safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved. Aren't safes great? They always held the wonderful promise of treasures within. Well, this one certainly did have a few inside. The fireplace! We could look into the connecting fireplaces. A fireplace, huh? So Babar's officers have them too. Two? There is a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. Still can't believe that we found that lady's undershirt in the fireplace. If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we can play hide and seek. And come out covered in soot? I think not. Ugh, you really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. He really doesn't. Desk. It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire. Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I don't think we got to look at this last time. At least not in detail. There's only one book left standing here, Treasures of the World. Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh, I see. Ah, the most important part was blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate, why? It looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt. Okay, never change. So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh? Well, what did you imagine them to look like? I thought the Babals would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way, it'd look like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base. If any country had a flower phone, it would be Alabast, don't you think? Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were in Cadopia? There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed. You know what you lack, Edgeworth? Curiosity and imagination. The thing about Maya that I had a bit of trouble with was that she was a bit too childish. Kay is more serious, she's a teenage girl, but she's more mature and knows how to take things seriously when the situation demands it. I can understand that. I think Maya is a super interesting character. Once again, I think Kay as a character did have to grow up quite quickly. Like, yes, Maya's mother went missing when she was very young, but she still had, I guess for a spirit medium, a fairly normal childhood, you know? She still had an older sister, she had community raising her, looking after her, right? While also, when your mother goes missing or dies that young, you're really gonna lack a lot of memory of her. While I feel like Kay's father getting brutally murdered when Kay is 10 years old, that sort of trauma changes a person, especially a child. Hey Moth, how you doing? There's a bottle of Barbalese ink on Mr. Cochin's desk. And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink. Hey, Mr. Plano. It looks like your precious Barbley's ink is all right after all.
What? That's odd.
Hold it.
Ambassador, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's just that there is something strange about the ink.
Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? Okay. We'll go to him about that in a bit. Chair. The image of Maya crawling over Mia's lifeless body when you first met her still haunts me. That is also traumatizing, but once again, that happens when she's still, like, a teenager. Either way, I love both girls, and I feel like... I don't know. A part of me is like, I don't want to compare them, because they both fill similar roles of kind of younger sister slash daughter figure to the main character, which was Phoenix and then Edgeworth. I was going to say some stuff happened, so Moth might not be a moth anymore at some point. Oh, why is that? I'm not sure what that stuff may be, Moth. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to get into it if it's personal, but, like, you don't have to try... If something's happened, like, you feel like you have to change your branding in any way, like, you don't have to do that. I guess the question is, do you want to stay a moth? Is this your choice to change the branding? Or not? Because I'll definitely miss you as a moth, that's for sure. I'll appreciate you no matter what, but I'll miss the mothliness. That looks like a very comfortable chair. Bad stuff? I'm sorry, dude. Look after yourself, okay? Whatever you're going through right now, you're gonna be able to get through this, alright? I'm sending love your way, you know? All good vibes. Can we get a hug? Can someone send a hug over? Let's get some hugs. Let me do a hug. Let me see if I can make this command work. There it is. We send hugs to Moth. Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at the crime scenes. That's because I'm a prosecutor, and it's a part of my job to examine things. And my job is to be a great thief. Which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything. Your stream is one of the only good things I look forward to. Oh. Well, I'm glad that I can be a supportive presence in your life, Moth. I'm glad I can brighten your day a little bit, and I'm sorry that you're going through such rough stuff right now. And I hope things do improve for you in the future. Manny Cochin. His name is written here on this nameplate. Also, welcome home, Atare. Go sleep for both days that you have off. Sleep the whole 48 hours, bro. Why would you put a nameplate with your name on it in your own office? I suppose it's to inform people in case they walked into the wrong room by mistake. Do you think maybe it's also there to remind you of your own name if you forget? Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to set a nameplate on one's desk. I wonder if Edgeworth has one. Thank you for the head pats, Moth. I'm head patting you back, you know. The head pats are yours, actually, not mine. It looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them. Papa sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon. And what kind of discount would that net you? The 5-finger kind, what else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer. Things such as? Such as the truth. What else would I steal? What I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. You had to burn them all, Edgeworth would. I think that's everything here we can look at. Let's look at the window. I have a bad case of stress eating, which thankfully resulted in the creation of some good banana bread. Oh, Banana bread is the best. You made a good choice. You can see the Alabastian embassy through this window. So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damask 2 was killed. What? You don't mean the Master Mask 2? Aw, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this. Even though Damask 2 was merely an imposter of the original. She's still trying to, you know. Oh, we haven't done that. We haven't finished the desk. What are we missing? Oh, the drawer. Can also confirm your streams is something I look forward to a lot. Oh. Atara, you're too kind. And Moth too. You are both too kind. I am truly very grateful that I can be someone that makes people happy. What did I miss? We're just exploring the Babal embassy. You haven't really missed much, I think. Speaking of Damask, shout out my boy Ron for getting with Desiree. Yeah, Desiree. Probably one of the most gorgeous characters in the game. It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire. But it doesn't look too damaged. Ooh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit. I suppose we really should take a look. What is that? This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. That's the same! That's the same shape as the note that Damask 2 had. Hello? The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note that we found. Hey, you're right. What is it? It looks like something straight out of Monument Valley. Ah, yes. That notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see. Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it. Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Polino, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note? This looks like Manny's handwriting. I see. In that case... Ooh, did you figure something out? This note was found in Alabast. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask 2. So the murders are involved. I mean, obviously they were always going to be involved. But, like... now we've got, you know, extra big confirmation that the murders are, like, directly connected to one another. In good news, I might get to meet Matthew Lillard and Stephen Oog. Wait, that's so cool! I know Matthew Lillard, because he was also in, Scream. And Five Nights at Freddy's. He seems like a pretty cool dude. Damask 2? Then this note... Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cochin for Damask 2 to steal the Primaduck statue. What? Manny tried to steal Alabast's Primaduck statue? We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin? Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue? There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. We haven't finished the desk yet! I already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take another look. Well, it seems we might need one. Okay. So we've got one more thing here, the notepad. It seems that the contents of this drawer survived the fire rather well. Now that's a sturdy desk. I guess that's the value of solid wood construction. Let's see if there's anything useful left in here, Mr. Edgeworth. Is there anything else that's yellow without a tick? Okay, I don't think so. Okay, we've completed it now. Let's go talk to Poleno then. Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask you about your movements before the fire broke out.
Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about?
What do you mean, which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight?
Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Barbalese embassy tonight. What a bother all of that.
2 fires? So which fire was this one after? Was this one after the first or the second? Or maybe they happened at the same time. Curious. Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the Jammer Ninjas show.
Oh, well, the first occurred at the start of the Jammer Ninjas show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theatre goers, we decided to keep it internal.
Then the fire after the Jammer Ninjas show was the second one of the night?
Exactly.
So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. Oh, so the photo is after the first fire, not the second one. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Got it. What a terrible coincidence. Well, probably not a coincidence, but what a terrible occurrence to have 2 fires on the same night, hello? So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire?
The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused it.
That's... how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck.
My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here. And Manny himself. All gone in the blink of an eye.
Interesting. 2 fires. That's another spanner in the works. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Poleno.
Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what is it you wanted to ask me again?
We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Kochin's actions and whereabouts were as well.
Yes, very well. Let's see, I've been quite busy all day from morning until now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that, I had a roll for breakfast.
Okay, I don't think we need to get that specific.
Hold it!
Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me?
Oh, you'd like a condensed version? All right, I can do that for you.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of stuff to go through. So what did Mr. Kochin and you do this morning?
Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jammer Ninja, but Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up his office.
You helped clean Mr. Kochin's office? Why were you not cleaning your own?
Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations.
Ah, okay.
Which is why both the Primaduck statue and the Barbalese knife set are down here.
I see.
Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace.
I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain though, huh?
About that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek with Manny here to get an angry at me.
Hold it!
To get an angry at me?
Am I okay?
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger.
Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Barbalese ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see. And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect.
Talk about the boss getting bossed around. Interesting. More testimony.
That's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning.
Don't tell me you had no other work to do. being an ambassador and all. Afternoon. Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon.
Well, Manny and I went down together to Theatrum Neutralis. We had to be there from the start of the Steel Samurai show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone.
So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show.
A little while later, after I'd straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theatre, because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show.
There was a commemorative photo op at the end.
It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the German ninja.
He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador. Except for in the morning when he only cleaned and did no ambassador work.
When I got to my office, that's when the fire first broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me, but during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out.
I mean, I feel like if you're not prepped and trained in the ability to put out fires, I feel like evacuating is the best possible thing you could do. Like, I feel like running isn't exactly the worst answer here. You could have just stayed and burned to death. This man confuses me. I don't like how orange he is. He's giving a certain fake tan presidential feel, you know? You know? Just cut the hair a bit, get the sideburns off, and suddenly there's a resemblance. If there's any steps you should take in the event of a fire, it's big ones. Exactly. Like, if there's a fire, I think leaving is, like, the most recommended option you take. So you didn't see Mr. Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show?
Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep.
I see. Ambassador Polino, I thank you very much for your help.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, all right?
Well, we've got a couple more things to ask. I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink.
I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames.
Green flames? In the second fire? We didn't see green in the second fire.
The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all.
The fire was green? What was the cause? Well, the ink, Edgeworth, duh.
Well, wood crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern.
And Barbely's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green.
You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire, so that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk.
The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery. What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? What did catch on fire? That's so odd. I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hired Damas too.
Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as a part of today's event.
But because of the Adagarasu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it?
I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. For you see, Babal's statue, well, it's just a replica.
And did Mr. Cochin know that about Babal's Primadux statue?
Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority.
Yes, I understand.
Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said let me handle it. It'll be all right.
Ah, and the let me handle it was him telling Damask 2 to steal the real one.
I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Cadopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
Mr. Cochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Cadopian ambassador.
But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be.
I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness. Oh my goodness. Oh, Gumshoe! Guys will say they'll handle it and then steal a national treasure. Yeah, basically, they'll say I'll handle it and then commit every crime known to mankind.
Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth.
Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested?
Yep, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all.
Why is it for Kay? What is all this, Gummy?
It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire.
Good work, Detective.
Oh, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert in getting people to talk.
Wow, you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad. What do you mean? As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. You're telling me Bad was goofy and incompetent? Well, don't you worry. I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm going to become a good Yatagarasu, just like my father, right? Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner that you can trust. You bet. So what now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Yes? That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon? Oh, you mean Little Thief. You're coming to rely on it, aren't you? I don't need a crush like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. You got it. All right, here we go. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. This girl should be a poet. Gay, or homosexual gay. Yeah, listen, Edgeworth talking about the need for a good partner. We know what you are. Happy Pride Month, Miles Edgeworth. Boing! It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Kay saw used as well.
Oh, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about?
This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted.
Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday.
I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. All right, right to left. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Polano saw. With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in. Oh, sorry, that was Kay speaking. Kay, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time. Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the third floor until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in Babal, I suppose. I guess Mr. Polano was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh? Yes, you could put it that way, and since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. Ma, thank you for the 11-month resub! I hope you enjoy your emotes for the month! Big hype! No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it! That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Cochin's killer. That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here. Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in. But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames? Well, whatever it is the person burned, it made a rather sizable fire. And since the fire is green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean. Yes, and I do believe that what you are thinking of is exactly why these flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as these green flames? The lantern.
Take that!
It's renewable, so I'm probably going to be subbed for a while. Well, thank you, Moth. That is so sweet of you. And there's absolutely no pressure to ever do a higher tier, at least not until I start making emotes in higher tiers. Like, if there's no emotes yet in higher tiers, please do not feel the need to spend any more money than what the first tier does. I wish there was a way I could disable higher tier subs because there's really no need for me to have them, at least not yet. There's no real incentive I'm giving people to do higher tier subs, nor at this point in time do I want to give people incentives to sub higher tier. But thank you for thinking of it, Moth. I do appreciate it. The silhouette lantern. Its green flame comes from the wit crystal it's burning. Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off. I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by wit crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from wit crystal oil. Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Palermo was mistaken about, right? Yes, precisely, as we found out earlier in our investigation.
What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir?
Fine, I suppose I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from wit crystal oil that Ambassador Palermo was mistaken about. The ink. What's the command to check how long I've been following for? Followage, or follow age. So exclamation point, follow age. But like but no space between the two words. It's a bug on my screen. Get off. Barbaley's ink is made from wit crystal oil.
Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right?
Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Barbaley's ink. Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right? Yes. However, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in from massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames. Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. It would appear that I finally found it. The smuggling ring's real goal. Made of Barbaley's ink, this is the source of the green flames. The money! Of course! The counterfeit money! The bug is invested in the case? Oh yeah, the bug loves the green fire. Goodness, Moth, you've been following for nearly 3 years? That's blowing my mind a little bit. What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zhongfa. You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills? I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct?
Why, yes. And I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed.
Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well.
Yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we?
It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crime. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence.
Ooh.
Goodness, we figured out a lot of stuff from that alone. And Ouija's been following for a bit over a year now. Oh. The time flies, doesn't it? This grandfather clock, it was apparently in a different position before the fire.
According to staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir.
Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming.
Huh? That's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something.
Still doesn't feel like it's been over a year. Oh, it absolutely doesn't feel like it.
You're so right.
Ambassador Poleno, may we take a look inside that clock?
Sure, go right ahead.
Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of the clock.
Yes, sir. I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir.
It looks like a length of wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? That's weird. I feel like my followage is messed up because of the timeout bits. I mean, have you tried your follow age yet, Atari? Like, I don't think timeouts remove you as a follower. I think you can try it. Yeah, a year, a month, and 3 days. I don't think that's as screwed up as you think. I feel like that's pretty on the nose. Possibly. Yeah. Timeouts don't screw with your follow age, it's bans that do. I remember I was following a streamer a while back and she like jokingly banned someone and then unbanned them and then realized it would have screwed up their follow age because then they have to follow again. I noticed the new chat stream thing. I like it. Thank you. I thought it would get less in the way of stuff on my screen, especially when I'm editing TikToks and stuff like that. It wouldn't like poke into the screen the way that my old chat box used to. I have the stream open in the background while playing the new Fortnite season. Is it a fun season, Moth?
Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock?
It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Poleno that put the wire in there. Then perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did. Or it might have been Mr. Cochin. It looks like all of the souvenirs suffered some damage from the fire. I don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? Oh, this is the same thing you said earlier. Man, say something original. Come on. Oh my goodness. Cass, you've been following for 4 years. Damn, you an OG. Oh yeah, memories. She's punching Gumshoe now. Gumshoe's getting tortured. I haven't played it a lot, but it has a lot of fun items, plus the Battle Pass skins are cool. I bought the Overwatch Battle Pass recently. I had enough coins for it, I didn't actually spend money. But I was like, the Malga skin is cool, and so is the Lifeweaver skin, and so is the Venture skin. And I don't really have any cool skins of theirs, so I decided to get it. 4 years, oh yeah. Though I don't even think that's the largest amount of follow age someone could have. I started streaming in 2019, so like my first followers would have been like 6 years ago. It looks like one of the Barbalese knives is already missing before the fire began. So it would seem. Especially since the other 2 knives' handles were burned away. The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon, and Babal's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babal, don't you think? I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babal's woes. Yeah, especially considering it was a crime that Babal participated in. I've been playing more of the finals? Finals? That's another battle royale, right? I don't know much about it. I remember it was a little hyped, and I feel like that hype's kind of died down. It's the charred remains of the fallen ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin around and around and play music. Music? Girl, what? I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies. Yeah, that's it. But they're nothing alike. They're totally alike. They spin those babies right round like a record. They spin the babies. Kay, are you good? I see. I guess I can see how you might think that. What the fuck? So the child remains... Okay, we've already investigated that. But why is it letting us investigate it again? Curious. No, actually, the main game mode is you have to get a box and bring it to an extraction station and defend it from being stolen by 2 or sometimes even 3 different teams. Oh! My bad? I swear, at least I've heard it was a battle royale at least. This is news to me. So Babal is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh? Yes, it would appear that way. You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case? Do you already have a destination in mind? Well, ideally, I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thief training. Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Gem and Ninja TV show. Hey! That's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't believe she took me seriously. Let's go to the flag. I nearly called it a map. Good job, me. Can't believe I've been subbed for 14 months either. You've been subbed? Wait. You've been subbed for 14 months, but you've only been following me for a year and 1 month. My man, maybe your follow age is a little screwed up because the math isn't mathing here. A fireplace, huh? So Babal's officers have them too. 2? This is the same thing as before. What? Oh my goodness. No. No, I wanted to look at the flag. I didn't want to look at the fireplace. I think I just forgot to follow. That's something that's in character for me. Is it? I can't, oh my goodness. That's new. That's a new thing for me to hear, like forgetting to follow. The curtains. You can see the alabaster. No, this is the same thing too. Yeah, Damask 2. It can definitely seem like that since they have a World Tour mode, which is similar, but it's more the same main game mode, just in a tournament format. Ah, okay. That may have been what I had watched more of. And here's the chair again. Okay. It's just all the same stuff again. I was hoping we'd get, like, more unique things here, because, like, the chair is upright, and the fan works now. I feel like it's happened at least one other time, but I might just be bugging. Maybe. Who knows? It appears that the desk is largely unchanged from before the fire. It just got a little bit burnt. It's a very fine desk. That great. Why don't you trade your desk? No. The safe. The safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. You could tell because the inside wasn't burnt. We've done this before. I'm putting the strawberry patch Discord at the top of my service list. Oh, you don't have to do that, Moth. Thank you. I guess we'd look at the statue. So by this time, the Primiduck statues had already been swapped, right? They must have been, as this one is covered in soot. What lousy timing! And just as the two countries were about to become friends again, too. It would have been better if I'd stolen it than for it to get caught up in that fire. Kay, I think I understand your sentiment. However, if you were to engage in theft, I can't look the other way. Right? If you could please stop stealing my lines. Is there anything else I'm missing? I guess I could talk to Gumshoe. Is there anything in logic we can look at? There's no way these two connect, right? No way. No. I didn't think so. We could talk to Gumshoe. Detective, you took part in the initial Babal investigation, correct? Yup, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir.
But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burnt to a crisp. Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in the case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh? Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic? Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Barbalese embassy at all? I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at that person either. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective. Here we go. I like Gumshoe's chin hair. You mean his facial hair? But yes, it's a nice detail. I like how scratchy he looks. Bye, Gently! It's a snail Wade! Hello, everyone! Welcome in! How are you doing? How was your stream? What were you playing? Valorant! Oh, how's that? I haven't been playing Valorant lately, but I've been watching a lot of Valorant YouTube videos. I've been watching a lot of Josh Secchi lately. The snail has found me. What? It's not an oh no, it's a yay! We love the snail. I did Overwatch Oh, I saw you doing Overwatch earlier. How was it? How was it? Was Overwatch fun? Were you playing, like, normal or were you playing Stadium? Because I may or may not have been very recently. Only, like, a couple of days ago, I got into Stadium and I get it. I get why people love it so much. It's so much fun. Normal? Nice. Nice. Who do you play in Overwatch? I don't remember if I know this or not, or if I've asked you before or not. Also, if anyone needs to raid and run, feel free to head out or hit that lurk. Go sleep, eat, you know, bathe, look after yourselves first, everyone. My VODs are always around after. Juno Mercy Far Adventure. Nice. Nice. Good choices. I love Juno. Juno is very fun. I used to play Mercy a lot. Mercy is actually my second most played in Overwatch, but I don't play her very often anymore. My cross-section is like Lucio, Juno, Ana are like my main three. No, Lucio, Kiriko, Ana are like my main three on support. And then like Juno and Brig are situational. And then it's like the rest of them. Zen is situational as well. And I never play Lifeweaver. I don't know why. And then for DPS, I used to be a Sombra main, but then she got gutted. So now I play Symmetra. And then on tank, Junker Queen, D.Va, and Rhine. I'm a big flex main. I like playing everyone. I just like the game. So I play pretty much anyone. Oh, the Immortal Snail trend. That was a good one. I missed that trend. The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in Alabast. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babal, which caused some panic. So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babal? If I do play tank, I'm usually Horse or Ramatra. I just don't do that very often. Oh, me neither. Tank is like... Tank is probably my second most played role, just because the tank Q times are so much quicker than the DPS Q times. So if I Q flex, it almost always goes to tank, but I don't find tank as fun. DPS is more fun than tank, and then support is easily the most enjoyable of all three, and is also the one I'm best at if you take my comp ranks into consideration. All they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know? Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more. A person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw. The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alabast was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal is also suspect.
You can't be serious. Now, when we're this close to capturing the fake... I mean, Callisto, you... So the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Kochin, then disappeared. What did Gumshoe see, though? By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu?
I did. But this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with and was lost for a while there.
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective?
Yee! I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue.
Oh? Is that a fact?
Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandering around in the third floor hallway, sir. When I heard her scream, I headed towards her right away.
Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Kochin's body. How can she smile during a moment like that? Oh yeah, I found this dead body, and she's grinning from ear to ear.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could.
And it was thanks to Gummy that that Ms. Shinar wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I see. So he can be useful in a blue moon. Yeah, it's all in a day's work for Kay. Just a fun adventure.
Still, it's too bad that Agent Shinar got here before I did.
I wonder where Agent Shinar was before you found her here. Ooh, what if Shinar is evil, chat?
Just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door.
Next door? That's interesting, considering the fireplaces all connect. Agent Shinar mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier.
Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. Then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu.
She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her.
Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir?
So that you know that we're talking to and about you, Gumshoe. We've examined everything in this office, but there is one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Polano about it. Ambassador Polano, there's something I'd like to ask you about.
Yes?
Well, I want to know where the money is. Because obviously the money was being burned, unless this thing that was being printed over here that's gone was also was what was actually being burned and it wasn't the counterfeit bills. Unfortunately, the nickname Gumfuck is warranted sometimes. Yeah. Listen, I love you, dude, but like, damn.
Yes?
About this office, it appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock.
Oh, that's right. You've also paid a visit to the Alabastian side of the embassy. Our two embassies actually used to be one.
Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that.
Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical.
Something I discovered about Myrtle is that after you solve the case, you can check your marrow, which is like a tarot reading, but using the guilty suspect weapon and location instead of regular tarot cards. That's interesting. It's really putting a lot of things that I like together, huh? Murder mysteries, logic puzzles, and tarot? Real tempting to keep playing that game.
So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same. As my room is currently under renovation, we worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office.
You mean for your handshake photo up with the Jammer Ninja?
Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right?
Yet another odd expression of Babal's obsessively competitive spirit with Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. What dots? I don't know what dots we're meant to be connecting here.
Connect what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help.
What dots? Oh, these dots. Connected fireplaces and bilateral symmetry. These have to be it, right? Yes. The thing is, I came to that conclusion maybe an hour ago, that they were symmetrical. So it was not a surprise. The alabastrian and barbly sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway. A secret passageway? In Alabast, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back as well. A revolving wall? It sounds like something out of a ninja house.
Wow, there was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir? What? This embassy holds that kind of secret?
I only just now realized how similar Poleno and Gumshoe's voices are. Whoops. There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador.
I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed. And my first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace. And then we've got one more thing to connect now, because Sheena was on the other room. So are we accusing Sheena of murder? It looks just like another fireplace, though, doesn't it? So how do you turn it again? In Alabast, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it. Ah, you scared me, sir.
There's something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts. Huh? But we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right? We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from this scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. It's the fact that there's no ashes in here, right? Starterwood. That doesn't match up with what Mr. Poleno said earlier. Exactly. There's no ashes in here. So we have to present his testimony. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the amount of fucking evidence we have, man. It's too much. There should not be 3 pages of evidence. Ambassador Poleno, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct?
Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually.
And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct?
That's right. But why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face?
I'm sorry. I admit I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. What if someone cleaned the ashes out and threw them out, and that's the cause of this photo? Oh, that's not. What if they caused this? That could be ashes falling from a window, right? But that is from the other side of the embassy. Oh, I don't know. I need to stop making theories. Take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find odd about it.
Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go?
Interesting. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth?
You don't really think that Ambassador Poleno is lying, do you?
No, there's no reason for him to lie. I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Hey, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it. I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we've pretty much figured everything out now, huh? Huh. Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us. Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right?
Oh, you mean that? Well, that's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know?
There's really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. Is it more logic? Missing ashes, revolving fireplace used. Yes. The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple. It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Polino said that he spilled some Barbalese ink while he was burning the files. And yet there's not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Well, then I don't know what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. Ba-boom! By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room, which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used. Nice! Then, you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there? Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Cochin's killer, and after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route. I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. Escape through the fireplace. Sheena's location. Sheena's the killer. We have to, this has to be it. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's gonna be Sheena. If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who is in the neighboring room. Well, the person that was in that next room was... Oh, it was that person, sir. Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena. Please let this be a to be continued. I want to end stream. I'm tired, chat. I'm sorry. I need to start these streams earlier because this game is so long, and the scenes in particular are incredibly long. It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it? Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet, however, I know she is hiding something from us. Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself? No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Of course there is. Detective Gumshoe. Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis onto Mask 2's note. Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away. Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall. Whoa, what? Right now, sir? No, next decade. Of course now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we? Go on, Gummy, you can do it. But Gumshoe is like 1.5 times the size of Sheena, though. Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go through the fireplace and back. You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective. Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn. That's so neat. Now I want to try going through there too. There's a coupon in there. Interesting. There really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea. It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the Barbalese ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall. Okay, here I go, sir.
Hold it.
Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer.
Huh? But there's all that ash and stuff.
And your point is? Now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry through. Yeah, we are in fact short on time. You're right, Edgeworth.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right? No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve. Such as the Yadagarasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the 2 weapons that made it across the border, the key Ms. Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Ms. Yu was related to these embassies. Mr. Edgeworth. A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. Oh, trust me, bro. I am mentally exhausted. What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy if you follow the leads. Huh. Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay? If it's info gathering you need, come here, I can help with that. Then all you'd have to do is show off your fancy schmancy logical deductions. Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that? Dude. The room turns blue when you do that. You are indeed showing off. Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused, like a laser, on only what seems to be strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us. Okay. That's the sort of thing I say to myself. When I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know? Oh, girl. Apparently there was an Xbox showcase today. Ooh! What was in the showcase? Man conjures his own spotlights. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you can hear the instrumental in the background as well when he does his logicking. And then Gumshoe's like, why do I hear music? That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake. Yay! Looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir.
Yes, I can see that. Good work, detective.
Looks like you can use the fireplace like a door, sir.
Are you all right, Gummy?
I'm okay. It's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all.
Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. I see the hem has practically turned black.
Yeah, well, quite a bit of the unburned ink got on it, sir.
I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat.
What? Oh, no, sir, I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it cleaned, but, you know.
I see. Very well, then, as you wish. So because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right? Yes, but that's not at all what we learned. We actually learned one other important fact. And that is... I'll have to explain it to you later. I'm thinking the thing that has to be explained is that Sheena actually couldn't have been the killer, is my theory. Because if she went through, she'd have been covered in ash. But she wasn't, the same way that Gumshoe was. So, there's another person that's being proven innocent right now in my head, unfortunately. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it.
The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis along with Agent Lang and Agent Shinar. Oh. Hallelujah. Listen, I love this game, but in this case in particular, I am so happy to see a to be continued sign. No, no, no. Get me out. This case is an absolute beast. That's so fair. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, but oh my goodness. It's a lot. There's an Invincible fighting game reveal, a Persona 4 remake. I thought we already knew about the Persona 4 remake, though. I guess because it was kind of leaked. It wasn't, like, made official. And an Indiana Jones DLC. Those sound pretty cool. I don't play any of those, but they do sound cool. Let's find someone to raid, shall we? Listen, I love this game. Great game, really enjoyable. So tiring, though, man. Ugh. So tiring. Takes just... Shloop. Takes all the energy out of me. Let's find someone to raid, shall we? Let's see. Just looking through my options. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Ooh! Is he playing with other people? I mean, it doesn't really matter if he's playing with other people. Oh, he's been playing for 5 hours. Dude! how people can stream that long, it's a miracle. All right, kudos to him. We'll be raiding Sakyu today. He raided us last week, so might have been nice to, you know, give back the favor a little bit, you know? The cases are so beefy, they are. And this one in particular is especially complicated. Apologies for the yawn. As always, this was a great stream, and I'm looking forward to the next one I can catch. And yet again, I've got some comics and PVZ 2 months to get to before I have to go to bed, so I won't be sticking around for the raid. Yeah, no worries, Ouija fan. There is absolutely no obligation to stick around for raids and stuff like that. I just like doing it. I like sending the love over. You guys are a great community, and I love sharing it with other people. Let's go to Sakyu today, because he's fun. He's playing, it looks like an anime-ish game, possibly a visual. Oh, it's Steins Gate Elite. Oh, this is the game he was streaming when he raided me last. He talked to me about it. I see. Well, now I get to see what the game is actually like. All right, everyone. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming to stream today. Thank you, Bigenderly, for the raid. Thank you, everyone else, for the subs and the follows, and just for the chatting and hanging out. It is always enjoyable to have people around. Just, yeah. What's happening this week? We have more Bioshock 2 on Thursday, so that'll be fun. Bioshock is so fun. I fully thought Bigenderly's name was Big Enderly and not Bigenderly. Nah, I get what you mean by that. I think the only reason why I saw it as Bigenderly from the start is because at the time when I first discovered them, I'd recently learned about just like being bigender in general, and as a non-binary person who is now, I think I've realized that I'm pretty gender fluid of a person. Bigender did, you know, made me go, could be me. But I think it's not. I think I change. Anyway, I gotta speedrun these. Here's the raid message for those who are followers of the stream. This is the raid message for those who are subs of the stream. Oh my goodness. Join the Discord if you want. Follow me on socials if you want. Thank you all so much for coming. Give the love to Sakyu. Good night, everyone. Thank you all for being around.